First off, I don't care what you people say. Never follow rules. I'm a trendsetter anyway. Okay, I march to the beat of my own drum. They say I need rules in my life. Well, I got some. That's one. Kill the competition. Two. Be a loyal dog. Three. And if they snitching on your man, send them to the morgue. Four. When you party, go hard till you hit the floor. Five. If you didn't see me do it, what the hell you asking for? Welcome to my world. SINA.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Big Llama Show. I'm the Big Llama. Welcome to the Sunday Night Live Stream. We come to you live every Sunday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, here on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Twitch at Black_AD. Let me bring out my co-host extraordinaire, Blackout AD. Welcome to the show, sir. How are you? Why are you shaking your head?
You didn't even say my name right. You said Black_.
Blackout. I don't even mean it to be a running joke, but it just has become that. I think it started with episode 2. If you go back, episode 1 or 2, I tried to plug at the time you were launching the site, and I fucked that up like royally. Like I totally like spelled it wrong, and I can remember vividly 3 years ago doing that, and then listening to the replay of it and going, I could have swore I spelled it right, and I completely like tanked it. So it's been my miscue.
3 years.
I have not. It doesn't help that you're missing letters in Blackout. It doesn't help. It doesn't help.
Symmetrically more pleasing.
It is, but it's like my brain hurts having to read that shit. I'm old. Remember that. I'm old. No, anyway, but welcome to the show. It's gonna be an interesting show, I would say. The Olympics are on, so I just wanted to talk about some Olympics.
Has a couple of thoughts about that.
Oh, you do? You do?
I said no. You.
Oh. Oh, I was like, oh, you watched any of the Olympics? I was like, this is gonna be interesting. And I think Olympics, and there was something else. I just had it on the tip of my tongue, and I just lost it. It'll come back to me. And then from the channel perspective, I did some changes. But it was just to be fair and to be and honestly, so just to get it right out, because I like to do the promos right off the bat. Obviously, Vampire Diaries episode 7, The Haunted, is out. Go check that out. Editing extraordinaire, Blackout AD, on the major edit here. So like nothing other than me putting a couple little like funny little touches and edits or graphics. It is AD's edit, and it is pretty strong, man. I gotta commend you, man. That shit was great. I'm telling you, it's great. It's a great episode. It's entertaining, and I think without the circles and everything else, and without a whole lot of like adding to it, just a very entertaining episode. So great job by you on the edit. So
without the circles, to be honest,
it does. It looks cleaner and more pleasing. But when it was smaller, the pixelation was really bad. So the circle helps take away from that. But the way you edited it out, it looked really, really great. So if you haven't watched the episode, go watch the episode, including you, sir. There's a couple really good funny parts in there that you guys need to check out. And of course, Damon makes an appearance. There's not an episode I think Damon has not been there. And there is an in memoriam, as there always is in every episode of Vampire Diaries, looks like. So very excited about that. So check that out. And then also, if you guys want to support the channel, I did some changes to the channel memberships and the Patreon, because as much as I like the 2-tiered approach, I just figured the frequency in which that I've been posting isn't where I could have 2 tiers. I'm just being honest about the way I do things. So it's just it's a one standard pricing post. So if you're interested, Patreon and channel memberships are there to support the channels. So go check those out. You get the watch alongs, you get the the polls, and then anything that's blocked or copyright infringement or anything that we get on YouTube, you will get to see it on Patreon, because that's the only place that will allow us to play it. So if it's blocked on YouTube, you'll get to see it there. So it's a kind of a perk of being on there, and obviously you get it first. So anyway,
we're like fuck it for Vampire Diaries, especially. We're like what 2-3 episodes ahead.
Yeah. You the watch alongs I think are as far as episode 9, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, they're already posted. And I think they're on the movie reactions. There are 2 movies ahead. There's 2 movies on there that I haven't even edited yet for YouTube. Longest Yard and Ready to Rumble, which have not been released on YouTube but are sitting there on Patreon. So and on as a channel member. So those are already out there pending the edits. So if you want to watch those as watch alongs, you can. So interesting to have those things out there. But yeah, I just want to make sure everyone knows that, you know, and I felt bad because, you know, what happened is Chat Mom, I had to like not delete Chat Mom, but I had to like kick her off of the tier that she was on as a channel member, and I felt really bad. So I hope she's listening. I hope she knows that it was nothing personal. I was just changing the pricing, and it made me kick her off as being a channel member. So if she wants to resubscribe, she can. It felt horrible doing that, but it had to be done. It had to be done. So anyway, and I think we have icons and stuff. You're the only one that's seen them. I have not seen them in action.
What?
There's AD icons and something else, but I don't see them on StreamYard. I think you see them because you're on YouTube. Are you like seeing them on YouTube?
Yeah,
Okay.
I put the YouTube. I kind of pop out the chat or whatever. Yeah, I seen them.
Okay. Yeah, because I haven't seen them like live, but I know that they're there because I created them, obviously. But I just haven't seen them live.
You know what I found out this week that was interesting? And
What'd you find
really,
out?
this is kind of like an off-screen topic, but since we really don't got topics, I don't think we mind. Anyways.
No, that's fine.
I seen that TikTok, they pay you out $1 per 1,000 views. And I mean, you got to get to the 10K mark or whatever, but a 1,000 views for $1. I was like, man, I mean, we both had TikToks that kind of blew up. It's like 10K and you're like, what the fuck? Like, think about it. Like $10 per video. That's only 10K. Now, if you have 10K followers, your views are probably a little bit more consistently higher than that. So for me, I was like, seeing that, I was like, man, maybe like, I don't know. Obviously, we've been having a lot of off-screen talks about taking this more serious, and that's why, like, you telling me that the edit was better because, you know, first couple episodes, I was really trying to like pick your brain on what I needed to do exactly to get it to you. So this one felt like probably the closest to. I mean, from what you're saying, it seems like it's pretty close to not needing much, but your actual taste. Pause. And what do you call it? But I'm like, how am I gonna approach content this year? Like, obviously, I'm trying to build the Pokemon business. I'm trying to do a lot of other things, but like content, it's always on my mind. It's like, all right, how do I really attack it? How do I make my mark? And that TikTok thing really got me thinking. Is like, why not invest the time in TikTok? Yeah, YouTube is cool, and like all the content that we make anyways will go on. It's pretty much universal. We can put it on anything. It's just however we format it. I was like, why not take the TikTok approach and just see where that goes? And then also the Whatnot, because I was like, you know, I've talked about it before, but streaming on Whatnot and like not just doing the auctions, but like actually streaming on Whatnot. I think there's like a wave because people are on there watching streams. Now, if we're putting podcasts on there and stuff, in my head, I'm like, oh, we can use the shop, because it's built in. You got your own shop. And literally sell things while we're doing the pods, while we're doing the gaming streams. There's things that can be sold throughout those streams. So I was like, that could be a different approach that I haven't seen other people, because it's so new. You know, Whatnot's not mainstream yet. Not even like, I don't hear mad people talking about it. I hear like select few, but like, I feel like that's a thing of the future. It's like a one-stop shop. You go watch the content. Again, you can click right there. There's merch you can buy it during the stream. You get shouted out for copying it. It's almost like to me it's a better way of like, what do you call the chat thing here? Where you get paid for the super
Um,
chats?
oh yeah.
It's almost
Yeah.
like a super chat in a way, but you know you're supporting even deeper because then you can sell whatever, you know, like merch on there. Like let's say we print 100 t-shirts and just put it for every pod for the next couple weeks, and we try to sell out of those 100 t-shirts. You know what I mean? So there's a lot. I to me, my brain's been fucking working, and I've been working out, so I feel like no bullshit. My body feels better, so I feel like my brain's moving even faster. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh man, I feel so much better in terms of like healthy. Like I'm like, yeah, I could do so much more in a day than I have been. You know, so I don't know. It's kind of my little.
No,
That's
I
been my
mean,
week actually.
no, I agree. Like there's just there's so much more that we have not touched and explored with the show, with the content that we make, and the things that we could be doing. That it's just so, there's just for me there's not enough time in the day to get to all of it. But again, it's things that you and I have been trying to get to a lot more of. And so, and you know me, I'm always open to try whatever. I'm like, yeah, let's just try it. Let's go for it. The whole thing is to try to be more consistent in the things that we do. So, so yeah, no, trust me. Whatnot is definitely something to look into the future of it. A buddy of mine, he was actually sponsored by them, and he recently had to quit his sponsorship. Man, I was following his story. I was glued. You know, you go down a rabbit hole of stories.
Yeah.
He's one of the people who, like, I started doing the content stuff. You and a couple of people were some of the people I watched. I'm like, man, they're doing it. I can do it. He actually made it pretty big and got a sponsorship deal, bought a big house, did all this stuff, and now he's hurting for money. And I'm like, oh shit. But he's like doing it all on content. Everything is part of what he's doing, and he's open and honest. And I'm just like, I'm like invested now in his story. But he was like, yeah, I signed a contract with Whatnot, and I did this, and now I'm not going to renew. I'm like, oh my god. But
Yeah, but why isn't he gonna renew?
it's he's actually honest about that. He's not a person who likes to sell things. Like he was interested in the new concept of Whatnot. Like, oh, I love Whatnot. It was great. It brought new eyes to his channel. He was making money off of comics and different things that he was selling, but he
He just didn't
realized,
want
like,
to do that aspect.
he's like, that's not me. That's not who I am, and that's not what I want to be doing. And so he neglected the content he was making on his YouTube channel, which was the reason he
Yeah,
was
because
able to do what he did.
fulfill.
Right. So he was doing conventions, he was doing all kinds of stuff, which again, he was making money, I think, hand over fist, but he was just like, I can't do this anymore. And now he's scaling back and now he's in a bit of financial problems. But again, he's doing it honestly, and he's cutting back shows he's doing with other creators, which again is I'm in there that rabbit hole of holy shit. He's like us, like you and I are doing the show together. Like he does a show like us. And he's telling the guy, he's like, I can't do this show with you anymore. I'm like, oh my God, like this is crazy. But he is at least honest about, like, this isn't me. I don't want to do this anymore. I am, and he's not like talking shit about the other guy. He's just like, I can't do this. This is not what I want to do. This is not who I am. And he's like, and thank you for working with me, and and he's just backing out of all these deals. And I'm like, holy shit. Like I mean, think about it. He's got, I respect it because think about it. He's got all this money that he could be faking it, right? He could be faking it the whole, be like, all right, I'll just keep doing it for the money. But he's just like, nah, I want to go back to simple shit and the stuff that I like to do. And I'm like, damn, that's pretty liberating. So,
I mean,
yeah,
I mean, that's the thing. Like, we say we want all this stuff. Like, I mean, I'm the most motivated person I know personally. Like, in terms of like what I want out of life. And like, I'm always talking about, like, I want to make $1 million. But like, if I get there and I'm not happy with it, then what? You know, it's like, do I continue to do whatever I am doing to make that, or do I pivot and find what does make me happy. Does make me happy. And honestly, just knowing myself, most of the time I lean towards what makes me happy. I don't do things because I don't want to do them, you know. So I mean, you got to respect it, but you also
Yeah.
got to like, it's a learning lesson, right? Like, makes you think, like, do you really want this? Do you want the responsibility? Would you take the risk of only streaming on whatnot and cutting back on content because it is bringing more eyes, but then you're not putting out the content you want? So it's like, where's the middle ground with that? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
learn, like, especially like for us wanting to take it more serious. That's a moment for learning. For most people who just watch content, it doesn't really matter. But like, I think that being honest about it is really good because then again, it helps other people around who watch it really look at their own situations and analyze it and maybe make moves off of what you've gone through. You know, so I mean, that's
Yeah.
all this is, right? Like, we always talk about our experiences. We always talk about the good, the bad. We're very honest with
Of course.
our
Yeah.
content, you know, and if it gets bad, we got to be honest about it. If it gets great, we got to be honest because I mean, I think it's always about the person. It's always about the journey, right? Like all the content I want to make is like, let me bring the people along with this because that's what people want to watch. They want to watch a journey. You know, it's like watching a movie IRL. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's not a character, it's a person, and there's real stakes. You know, I don't know, man.
Yeah. No, you know what I've been thinking about too, and this is something that as I've evolved in doing this, like I actually just this last week have been reaching out to a couple of content creators who either hit a wall again or did something, and I'm actually doing what I normally do at work and at other places is that I give advice and I give and I give them my 2 cents, and I found my voice, right, which is I make content that I want to make, right? I watch things that I want to watch now, and again, I don't mind chasing the views, which I've done that before, but I was miserable doing that. But now I feel comfortable like having that middle ground. I know what I need to do to get views, right? But at the same time, if there's something that like I want to do, I do it, and I go for it, and I say like this movie I want to watch, but I do know the backlash, right? So like for example, I pick a movie and I know it's not popular, it's not reviewed, it's what I know I'm gonna get myself into. It's a time commitment, it's a lot of time I'm gonna put into it, and the reward or the payback is not gonna be there, right? Or I expect that it's not gonna be there. But my content in my view is good enough where if you follow me for a long time, you'll see it and you'll enjoy it, and then again, I feel more confident with it nowadays than I did before. So I kind of told a couple of creators that were like, they did these long posts like, oh my God, I'm stressing, because they have these commitments and they try to make this money and they're trying to do this stuff. I said, listen, I understand what you're going through, but if you're not happy with what you're doing, it'll show, and it has been showing on some of their work. Like you can tell, like they're just
think,
like going
though?
through the motions.
Like, all right, my perspective is way different because
Yeah.
I always look at it like I'm building a team. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's always been my perspective. But like most content creators are one person, maybe one other person, and it gets to a point, especially when you start having these brand deals, especially because the name of the game is consistency, right? Like,
Yeah.
I always tell you, you're going to be bigger the day you start posting content daily. You're going to be way bigger than you are now. Like, that's just the truth. And obviously your time, you're allocating the time you have for it, and once you are able to add an editor, you can watch more movies, get these out faster. You can put 3 in a week. Once you get to that level, it's going to be a lot easier for you personally. And I feel like people don't see it like that, right? Like they look at it like they're doing it on their own. They have to do it on their own. But like, I feel lucky because I'm like, no, like I'm going into this knowing eventually I'm going to have a building and there's going to be a team. And I'm looking at optics. I'm looking at the 100 Thieves, like these gaming orgs that make content, and they put the right people in the right places and it just grows. Obviously that's a little bit more stressful in terms of like more money. Like the more money you get, the more stress you're gonna have. But I feel
Right.
like at a smaller level, some of these content creators could benefit having people jump on. And I think that's when you see the hump. Again, it's like, do I want it? Do I want to keep doing this? Like, yeah, I'm making money, but is this something I really want to do? You know, I always said
Yeah.
that in baseball, like the people that didn't make it quit. You know what I mean? Like, because you always see like a person who gets drafted super late, not supposed to make it. I mean, Jeter or not Jeter, Tom Brady, excuse me, but like a Tom Brady in football, like was a late draft pick, and look what he did. There's always gonna be
Right.
that outlier. There's like, I'm just gonna outwork the most talented, and that was my strong suit in baseball. Was like, I know I might not be the best right now, but I'm gonna outwork them, and eventually I'll get my chance, and eventually I'll prove myself, right? But you know, there's always going to be people that get, you know, I don't know. I think I'm rambling a little bit, but I
No,
think
no,
you get the
no.
gist.
No, I think you're right, and that's the same thing. Is like I know that I want to do this full time, and I know what it takes to get there. But again, my path there is different. But at the same time, I know the type of person I want to be in terms of the character, in terms of who I want to portray, because at some point I've been all of the different characters I don't want to be, right? I've been a little bit over the top. I've been not, you know, again, I've tried to do what other people do, right? I didn't find my own voice. I had somebody else's voice or somebody else's, like, you know, quirks, right? And it was just finding the things I want to do. I want to be the guy, right? And this is just, again, I'm saying it out loud, right? I want to be the reactor guy, the movie reactor guy that other reactors come to watch. You know, and they go, what the fuck is he doing? And let's watch his video. And you know, not that I don't care about the larger mass audience. That's who I want to be. I want to be that guy who's like, hey, this guy knows his shit, and this guy puts together a pretty good damn product, and I want to see what he's doing this week. That's all. That's who I want to be, because I get that my time is not. Now again, if things change and I can devote more time. Now I am doing things behind the scenes to start to do what we talked about getting the editor, right? So I've already allocated a bank account and started to put the money in there, and because I've already talked to the, you know, to my financial planner and my wife, and told her, I said, look, hey,
my wife,
my wife,
nah, but
I've told her, I said, look, I've got to start separating the money. I've got to start putting the money in there that I make from the channel into this account, and I've got to see how much is in there, and then I've got to pay the StreamYard. I've got to pay the extra, you know, storage. I've got to do all this extra stuff. I got to make sure all that is accounted for, and then when I do my taxes and everything, because I got to know what I have, how much is coming in, just like I do a normal business. I haven't been, dude. I mean, I've done this for a long time in work, regular work, run businesses and do all this stuff. I have not applied this operation to that. So now I'm like, okay, if I do it behind the scenes and I start working on that piece of it and have everything set up, then it's going to make sense. And I won't be scared to hire an editor. I'm scared to hire an editor because of the money commitments. Because right now, everything is going through my current bank account, the one that we share. But if everything is on a business account, that's called the Big Llama Show business account, then fuck it. Then if I have the money in there, I hire the editor, and it's done. And now I'm not worried about
the conversation we had. What, it was probably like 4 or 5 weeks ago.
Right.
We had that conversation where I told you, I was like, yo, eventually we're gonna have to treat this like work, because realistically, I even looked today, right? Or I was, because Tang is streaming right now, and I was helping him find something, and it said that I put a moderator 6 years ago, right? So for 6 years I've been streaming pretty much.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know, I've made a little bit of money. Like I've seen good things. I've been on a lot of views. Like I've got a lot of views. But like when you put it in that perspective, like for the last 6 years, I've been going to the gym. You know what I mean? Like me and you been doing this show for the last 3 years. We've been going to the gym every week. Me and you are meeting at the gym and we're working. We're getting better. That's why right now, like you said it perfectly earlier, you've been everything you don't want to be because you've tried it. You were able to tested out the last couple years. Do a video one way and be like, I don't really like it. Or this felt good when we talked about this and we had this moment. This feels good. Like we're learning what makes our content good, and I think it speaks highly in our Vampire Diaries.
Yeah,
I think the first couple episodes were good, but I think like you said, the last episode was probably the best. The last 2 episodes, and then I think the ones that are coming out have also elevated in terms of like us being funny, like in terms of like bouncing off each other jokes, talking about the story. You know, like we're really experiencing it, and I think honestly, Vampire Diaries is kind of putting us in a different mindset too, because we have something else besides the show. Because this is pretty easy. Every Sunday we just hop on for the hour and that's it.
Yeah.
But like the Vampire Diaries, we got to put work. We got to communicate on like, all right, what are we gonna do to make it look better? I mean, we've had multiple talks about it, so it's kind of putting us in a mindset where it's like, all right, we're making another piece of content and it's doing well, and maybe the numbers aren't crazy, but I think content
they're consistent.
It's some of our best content. You know what I mean? Like me personally, bro, I've done a lot of content. Like I feel like I'm pretty good at this, especially when I'm on. Like I feel like I'm really good at like just knowing how to, I don't know, how to be on camera. And I think it's because of the last 6 years. And now it's like, all right, I mean, you see me, bro. You listen to me talk every week. It's like my mindset's changing to where it's like, all right, now how do we make money off this shit? All right, I want to make money off Pokemon cards so then I can put it to this. Or like, bro, I'm on a different level. And I feel like me and you are on the same wavelength right now. And I think even we were talking about this show, like making it better. How do we make this better? We've done 160 episodes this way. There's like I had that one idea where I'm like, yo, we could shake up something with this. And I don't know, man. I think we've allocated a lot of time, too much time, to the point where it's like we're at the crossroads. It's like, do we just kind of like leave it as it is and just do it for fun, or do we go the left route and take it serious and, like you said, treat it like a business and treat it like this is gonna replace our jobs eventually, you know?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That's the work behind the scenes, man. And I'm telling you, that's where I started to think about it. Again, the little things, the thumbnails, that's big. The titling, the descriptions, all that shit, just like little by little, just chipping away at what the product looks like. And it's a product. It is a product,
100%.
right? Again, the structure behind it, the scheduling, all that stuff has to be in place. But again, the stuff we put out is exactly what what you and I want, right? Which is, again, it's us doing the content we want to do, the things we want to, and again, some of it is, we know that will be a little bit more popular, and some things are shorts and things that we have to put out because that's part of the the pieces. But for me, again, the crux of it is I'm happy doing what I'm doing. I'm not at any point where I'm like, oh God, I got to do this shit. That's what that's why I'm seeing people doing. Like,
well, if I'm honest,
like that.
I do feel like that with editing. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not my thing. It's not
editing.
Editing
sucks.
It's just not my passion. But if you're passionate about it, we're just giving you the content. And again, we have so much content that should have got clipped, should have got made videos, and it didn't. But it is what it is. Like, we're always gonna make more. I mean, in my head, that's how I look at it. Because sometimes I watch old content, I'm like, I could put this out, and then I'm like, bro, this shit's like 4 months old. Like, I'll make something new. You know what I mean? Like, I'll do something new. I'll use the same joke in a better way. Like I'll come at it differently. But man, we're on the right path. We say this every week, but it's just dope from my perspective, because I've been telling one of my homies I've been working out with, like, I just want somebody around me to motivate me. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I'm the motivation for most people, like, or like the people that talk to me, because it's like all I'm doing is talking about other shit. But I want to be able to, like, oh, Llama's fucking working right now. Like, I'm slacking. I gotta step up. I want that shit out. And even honestly, like, the story you told me about the guy, like, going through that, gets me excited. It scares me a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, whoa, what does that feel like? Like, to reach a goal where it's like, oh, I'm making money off of this, but like, this is not the route I want to go. I gotta I got to adjust my mission, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. It's a good problem to have. It's a great problem to have. You know, but yeah, so it's exciting stuff. And again, that's part of the Patreon member channel member switch. It was strictly a business decision that I said I'm not putting out content in the manner in which it's worthy of a 2-tier system. It's not worthy of 2 tiers of payment levels. So I said 1 payment level, it's an entry barrier. Boom. I can shave that off, and then I could probably get more people to want to contribute to it, and probably get more revenue coming into that stream. So again, I put my business hat on a lot of stuff and said, here are the things I'm going to start doing moving forward. So yeah, and the thumbnails is another thing too. Is like, again, I didn't put a lot of stock in it because I'm like, because I didn't think it was a big deal. But when you started talking to me about it, I'm like, you know what? I'll start changing them. And then as soon as I start changing them, honestly, the old catalog is starting to come up. I'm getting comments on the old catalog, you know, the stuff that I've already changed. I've changed descriptions, I've changed titles, I've done a bunch of stuff based on the conversations we've had. And now comments are coming in for old videos, like a lot of comments, and I'm responding to them. And so I'm like, okay, they're more appealing. They're people are seeing them. You know, my face is bigger on the stuff, you know, and
though it's my idea, and I take all the credit.
It is yours. Yeah, I can give you full credit.
But real shit though, like your thumbnails have gotten 10 times better. Like today's thumbnail is super dope for the show because it's simple, but it's literally, you know, to me, it's the simplicity of the thumbnails. I think that you've kind of like you've toned it down a little bit. And it's just cleaner. It's just all your thumbnails have been clean since we've had that talk. But again, making the adjustments, you already got the content out there, bro. You got literally what, a couple hundred videos up right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hours and hours of videos, like hours and hours of content. I mean, you talk about the podcast, like doing well on the
YouTube side.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. So no, we've got
it's bubbling, bro.
Yeah,
we've been doing it long enough. This is what people talk about when they say, you know, like I mean, I listen to a lot of celebrities talk. I like interviews, but they always say it's like, you know, they call me an overnight success, but they didn't see the 10 years before that. We're in year 4 or 5. You know what I'm saying? Benny the Butcher once said, he said, I'm in year 3 of a 10-year run. Like, that's the mindset. Like most people are short-sighted, and me included sometimes. You know, sometimes I want that instant gratification, but again, the gym reference is like, you go to the gym, you don't see the results for the next 3 months, but when you do see it, you're like, holy shit, like the last 3 months were worth it. You know, I see a little fucking more muscle. It's like, oh yeah. You see a little bit more views, a little more interaction. It's like, fuck, I got to keep going. I got to keep, all right, this workout did the best for that. You know, this thumbnail did the best for that. Let me put it on one of my new videos. It's going to work out, man. We put too much time, too much effort. I think about it all the time. I know. Like me and you are on the same wavelength, man. And like seeing Tang stream, Gabe is like, he low key is funny because I want him to listen to this episode because it's actually like,
it's a good episode for him.
It's a good episode, yeah. But he had, you know, he wanted Sideline, the football podcast. He like wanted to have a meeting. We talked a little bit, and he kind of was like kicking me out of the producing role. You know, he was like, I want to take it over. But in my head, when I be objective, right? Like it's like, dude, I know you, like, and I put a lot of work in that show. For a show that I wasn't on,
that was the first time
I put a lot, and I actually paid for shit. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, bro, I put a lot of time in this. Like, if you want to do it, go ahead because it's your show, and I want you to do that. I don't want to do that shit. You know what I mean? But I want to help you guys. I want to put it in a position. I'm doing what I would want. You know, I would want somebody to come help me produce a show because how much does that take off of my plate? Like in terms of all the content, besides this is the only thing that I don't do anything for. You know what I mean? And it's like a breath of fresh air for me to just come on and talk shit. But everything else that we've done content wise is like I had to put together. I had to organize. I had to be the one leading it, you know? So I was like, yo, do it. But like to me, that kind of makes me happy. It's like, yeah, bro, like It's your shit. Take pride in that shit. Do it better than I
Exactly.
did. You know what I mean? I did bare minimum because I was just doing it. But like, you have passion for it, do it. But show something. You know? I don't know, man.
Exactly.
Tang streaming. He's trying to get to 50 followers, and I think Tang has the possibility to be like the biggest in terms of streaming because like his gameplay is good. He has us obviously to be like the jokes, you know. So
Yeah.
yeah, man.
No, he's
It feels good.
he's like he's gonna be pretty good, man. And again, the one thing what we can end this particular discussion on is what we talked about last time, which is all you got to do is Google the names, and then you'll see the work. You know, and it's funny because when we first started, you Googled our names, you couldn't find an ounce of reference on who we were, and now if you Google it, it's amazing. It's amazing that how many shows we've done, how many thumbnails you see, how many pictures of you and me. I mean,
Bro.
it's incredible. It's incredible. So
We actually don't think about it enough, but thousands of hours,
exactly,
like legitimate
exactly.
thousands of hours, whether it's gaming or anything. It's like thousands of hours, bro.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like
the 100,000, 10,000 rule. Like you do something for 10,000 hours, you become a professional under or some shit.
Yeah. I'm this close to adding it to my my resume, LinkedIn profile. So you know,
Video editor, moderator,
content creator,
personality.
Yeah, that's my next thing.
And I'll end it right here with the words of Jay-Z. He said, "I'm not a businessman. I'm the businessman." And I love
that's actually pretty good to end it on right there. I'll cut it right there. That's on the audio podcast right here. I'll insert commercial. All right, anyway, it'll come back to us laughing. So you haven't been watching the Olympics at all?
No, dude,
we got about 20 minutes, so I just figure out we'll mention the Olympics. But
I don't care about
there's some funny shit happening, man. Okay, so have you seen anything with Snoop? Snoop going around the Olympics doing it? Kevin Hart reacting to Olympic sports? Nothing?
No.
Damn. I love the Olympics because I watch sports I will never watch ever again. And so it's like I get invested in like in you know what they have now is they have the red zone for NFL NFL Network. They have the same guy, Andrew Siciliano or whatever his name is, who does the red zone. It's called the Gold Zone, and he's fucking on there for 10 hours straight. And if it's a gold medal match or an advancement game, they cut to it, and he's there the whole time. Like he's there just, and he's like, in table tennis, this match right here determines the gold medal winner. And I'm like, invested. I'm like, I don't even know who these two people are, but I'm invested. And so I watched it, and I watched mixed judo. And the fucking craziest thing happened, right? I just want to tell the story because it was like WWE meets UFC. It was crazy. They have to get this point, right? And it's mixed. So it's a dude comes in and a girl comes in, and another dude comes in and a girl comes in. So they're fighting, and it's like they go to overtime, and the first person to pin someone on their back gets the point and moves on. So Team France comes back, right? They tie it up. And then they're like, all right, we're in sudden death. And then they spin a fucking wheel. There's a wheel, they spin the wheel. And whenever they stop on a weight class, that's who comes back in. And when I tell you that, it was insane. It was insane. And it was this big dude who was like 6'8", 300 pounds. The French Terminator, this big black dude. He was just like judo champion who like could not be beat against this other like big sumo guy from North Korea or wherever he was from. And they brought them both in. It was like a fucking heavyweight. Like all we needed was Bruce Buffer to come out here and do the introduction. And when I tell you that it was the most exciting like 10 minutes that we've ever watched, like the whole family was watching. And I didn't even know any of the rules. I don't know, but by the end of this match, I knew the rules to judo. I felt like I was a judo expert. I was ready to just strap in and become a judo champion.
Judoka, dude.
Is that what it's called? See, look at that. You know more that you've been watching.
Ronda Rousey's like a judo Olympic champion or some shit.
I had no idea. Idea.
That's how she became Ronda Rousey, dude. Kayla Harrison's she's new to the UFC. Yeah, she's also judo Olympic some shit.
Yeah, I mean,
I know a little bit. I dabble in judo.
Yeah, this is the time of year where again I watch this stuff. I don't know anything about it. We're getting some comments in here. We had Chadwick in here. Let's see. Dante Tang says lore is accurate.
Lore accurate.
Yeah. Chad says U.S. is killing it. USA swimming team has been going crazy with the medals. AK says Suni Lee is on fire for our gymnastics team.
Oh, shit.
See, I don't know any of this. There's a guy named the guy. I think his name is actually Steve. He wears like glasses. He's on gymnastics team, but they make fun of him. He's on memes. But
did you see the pole vaulting incident?
I was gonna bring that up, but I was like, how do I bring that up without sounding?
Yeah, honestly, I was kind of baiting you because I felt like I was like, there's no way he didn't see it, and like the way you were kind of asking, you didn't see anything. Yeah, I saw the guy with the massive dick, dude. Jesus Christ. I honestly wanted to see if you were gonna say it or not, dude. Oh man, Reggie liked the book, dude. Can you tell we've been here for 3 years?
Exactly. No,
Oh man.
This is why I love doing this fucking show with you, because now you know me so well. I was trying to bait your ass to say something about that so I wouldn't have to say it. And then you weren't saying anything about it, so I was like, I'm gonna have to talk about the pole vaulter with a big giant schlong. I'm gonna have to fucking say it somehow, some way. I'm like, that's why I was like, you didn't see Snoop, you didn't see Kevin Hart, you didn't see like nothing.
No, I really didn't see that though. I didn't see that. But when you said that, that's when I was kind of like, he's trying to bring up the dick.
Well, that's a crazy thing to see.
No, that
for
sure.
Wild,
dude. And they put it in slow motion. That's the most wild thing to me.
Our viewership went up when
Oh man.
Oh shit. Oh no, but so yeah. But I heard his Instagram feed went through the roof. Like ladies were subscribing like crazy. Look at that. Imagine being that guy. Your big schlong failed my country. Dude, that's a good problem to have, from a pole vaulter, and that happens.
I'm a fucking competitor, dude. I'm pissed off.
Man.
I work with this kid. He's from Mexico. He's like literally doesn't speak any English, but he's like 21. He's like 5'4". I call him like mini Gabe because he's like he really does look like a mini version of Gabe. But we were watching the video on the line. It was just a group of guys watching. It was like, what are we doing, dude? I'm the one who showed it, and then I felt weird for doing it. But then he goes and types, because me and him talk through Google Translate. Literally, we'll like text each other through Google Translate. But he goes, "That's why I tie mine to my leg." I said, "Oh my god, dude, you're 5'4". I said, "You could have been in his pants."
There's some small person hostage in there. Oh yeah, one pole slapped another pole off the holder. That's it. Oh my god.
You heard the conspiracy theory?
What?
You heard the conspiracy theory? Yeah.
No.
That they wanted him to lose, so he stuffed his pants. That was all planned.
Get out of here. Get out of here. There's no way. There's no way, dude.
It's like, yeah, you're not gonna win this. I put a lot of money on you not winning this. How do you expect me to lose, dude? I'm the best. Here
you go.
You remember those squishy things from the 90s that they had at the arcades? You put two of them together, tied it.
Oh my god, the things with the water in it?
Yeah, what the fuck were those, dude? Why were they there?
I don't know.
Even when I was a kid, I was like, this is stupid.
I broke one, right?
No.
I don't know. Okay, I don't know. Oh no, not like that, not like that. I just
Oh man.
hey, I know we don't have time for a lot of stuff, but I'm clipping the fuck out of that
Yeah,
clip right there. Your hand just, I'm gonna put,
Oh,
I'm
man.
gonna
No, you
I'm
gotta
gonna
put
use
the whole
my
context,
Photoshop.
dude.
No,
You gotta-
I'm photoshopping everything right
That's
there.
fucked, dude. I'm gonna clip the whole thing then.
No, I'm
It's gonna be
clipping
like
it
a
with the.
diss track. You're gonna put the meme out, and then I'm gonna have
Yeah.
right. I'm gonna respond right then. Boom.
I'm putting the pole vault right there, right when you do that gesture. That's what I'm gonna do right there.
Fuck, dude.
I'm
All right.
getting Big Papi Angie on
Yeah,
this one. That's
I'm
what
gonna get him. I'm gonna get him into. He's gonna get dual credit.
you know he's not gonna do it.
No, for sure.
Exactly.
I seen his Instagram post. I said Llama wasn't fibbing. Boys in love.
The boy is in love. Oh my god. Oh jeez.
He's trying to live out his La La Land.
He is. Oh my god. So no, I did break one of those, but I picked it up and I was like, what is this? And I squeezed a little too hard and it burst. I don't know. I have that I do that with wine glasses too. I do not touch wine glasses because I break the stems all the time. I don't know how. I have so much power in these hands.
I break things too, like headphones.
Okay. Yeah.
My parents used to like shame me for breaking things. I was like, I don't know what to tell you guys. I'm not trying to.
I mean, my littlest one breaks things, but he throws shit. Because I can hear him. I'm right next door. I hear him raging. And all of a sudden, I hear something hit the wall, and then the next day, I'm like, he's like, I got to buy a new controller. I go, oh, that's what hit the wall. Jackass.
He's one of those guys. He's a little Tang.
Yeah, he is.
I hear Tang. Yo, the funniest thing is I just hear Tang throw something. Like, what the fuck, dude? He's like,
Dude, I don't understand. It's just a game. Relax, buddy.
I mean, I do get mad too, though. Don't get me wrong.
I mean, I get mad too, but I don't throw things.
No, yeah. I want to. Sometimes I act like I'm gonna throw, but then I remember I'm a sensible human being. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's a $200 controller. I'm not throwing it.
Right, exactly. I remember I paid for that shit.
$200. Like, yeah, it's another $70 when I get at Walmart, dude.
There's a streamer. I forgot what I don't know who the guy's is, but he like slams his controller against the wall. Then you see him go, wait, and he just turns around and grabs a box that he has there, and he just opens another controller. I'm like, oh my god, the money
bro,
this dude has.
The thing is, all my controllers break, but in my cabinet, I've been keeping because I have a lot of I have custom controllers. So like, I've been keeping them, but I literally have like 6 of them. I'm like, this is fucking nuts. Like,
no, this is the one I'm using now, right? And it's stuck on up. I told you that, right? Like when I go to aim, it points straight up in the sky. I just busted out my PS3. That's how.
Nice.
I put that in the big TV in the living room. So.
Ooh. The hell,
so
dude?
old.
It's
got NBA Jams in it. That's it's got NBA Jams. It's got the old.
Dude, I'm gonna start a GoFundMe for a PS5 for you and a new computer. This is what we're gonna do.
I do need a
computer.
We're
gonna get the Sarah McLachlan track or whatever. We're gonna we're just gonna do videos and
just show me with my old PS3 controller.
Yeah, for $10 a day, you can help this guy level up his game.
It wouldn't matter. I'd still suck. Oh, anyway. So yeah, so the Olympics and the Shalon. Oh my god, that was funny. I couldn't believe you thought I was gonna bait you and you were baiting me the whole fucking time.
Hit him with the reverse. Oh man, your smile when I brought it up too was like, yeah, got him, got him. Oh, bro, people are so predictable, man.
Oh my god. Well, you know me so well. He's
Braxton, the snake friend.
See, might grip my control a little harder. Definitely not throwing it. No, for sure. Doing the Arthur.
Oh my
I have
god.
to ask, did he smack it later and say, "How could you do this to me?" What?
You know he's talking about this.
No.
Bad dick. What makes the video even funnier is that it was for him to meddle too. It's like literally, it's not like they were ass and he's just a random guy with a big dick. No, he was like gonna win and then loses. It's like, damn.
And that's all that anyone talks about. Like it's everywhere. It's like like that's your viral moment. You're an Olympian. You medal, and your viral moment is
in 10 years. It's gonna be in a fucking Olympic documentary for sure. There's no way, dude.
What's the name of that documentary? That would be pole vault. I mean, I'm just my pole, my volt. I don't know. Like my two poles. Anyway,
we're gonna see. Listen, guaranteed. He's gonna get cut from the Olympic team, and in 10 months, he's gonna have an OnlyFans video, and it's gonna. I'm telling you, he's gonna do the girl with no talent route. Like,
yeah,
I get popping off. You know those girls that go on like those like shows, and then they'll like get a little clout off of being on a panel. They always drop an OnlyFans after. It's like, sad attempt.
Although I am curious, is it real? I'm curious. See, look at you.
Oh, man.
Hey, I have no shame. No shame in my game. No shame in my game. I'm curious. I mean, is it real?
The conspiracy thing, I told you.
No, it could be a conspiracy theory. Let's see. Louisiana's in the building.
What part? Shreveport?
Well, Braxton's Louisiana, and I think Chadwick's Louisiana.
Oh,
I think Chad's Shreveport or near Shreveport.
Oh shit!
If I'm not mistaken, one poll to ruin them all. Lord of the Rings. Llama, you watch House of the Dragons? Yes, I did. I'm caught up. Amazing show. Amazing fucking show.
Show sucks.
House of the Dragons. You bite your tongue, sir.
That show's ass.
Have you watched it?
No.
No. Shut the fuck up. These days has been nice here. It's just the temps are Planet Venus Gucci. Oh, jeez. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Be careful what you say next. Okay, look at that. We got some Louisianians are linking up in the chat.
Hey.
I don't even know what that is. Bossier? Bissoir? The fuck?
Yo, you see the Channing Tatum meme going around now?
Yeah, I'm about to make a name on myself.
I'm about to make a name on myself.
Those are great. Those are great.
He has to. They have to like bring him back now. It's becoming so viral. But now, you know what makes me mad though? Is now it has to be a joke.
Yeah, of course.
His character now is gonna be like a funny Gambit instead of being like the serious Gambit. It's gonna be like a different take on it, you know? Because there's no way you can like introduce him like this and then like have like a serious Gambit movie, you know? Sucks, but I mean, it's also hilarious. So bring it up.
It is funny, and now he's everywhere. You can't help but say it like he does.
He said "bow" like bow tie.
Bozer is how it's pronounced.
Oh shit.
Yeah, shit. Well, welcome. The two Louisianans are meeting up in the chat. So
we're gonna have to go try gumbo.
You know, what's his name? Chadwick. I've seen him eating crawfish online.
Oh, bro, crawfish is delicious.
Oh man, it looks gross. Looks gross to me. Because I'm afraid to touch those things.
They're dead.
I know they're dead, man. I have phobias, man. I have phobias.
You're gonna have somebody peel it for you. You're into that.
I don't like peel and eat shrimp. I like just shrimp.
Yeah.
That's already, has no legs, no little things on it. Just shrimp.
I get it, dude. It's weird. It's delicious though. There was a crawfish stand when I was living in Texas. I would go there all the time. That shit was good.
Crawfish. Ugh. I'm sure it's good. I'm not even gonna knock crawfish.
You
I
like
just don't like.
seafood, right?
I love seafood. I'm
Oh,
just
yeah.
saying. I
You'll enjoy
don't
it.
I don't like seeing it. Like look, if you look at me, like if the thing can look at me, I don't want to look at it. Like if I'm about to eat a steak, I don't want the cow's face looking at me. So it's the same thing with fish and with crawfish or whatever. Calamari, I don't want those things looking at me. I just want
Fucking
calamari is
calamari
delicious.
might be top 3 appetizers for me, easily.
I love calamari. It's awesome. It's bang bang shrimp.
Then scream.
Shrimp. Look at that. People are hungry now. Seafood dressing, seafood casserole, seafood mac and cheese.
Seafood mac and cheese sounds alright.
That sounds good. Especially in a meeting at work. Shane's crawfish, baby. All right. Yeah, he was eating them at work. Seafood gumbo, turkey gumbo. Now we're just doing Forrest Gump impressions here.
Gumbo.
Shrimp and grits. That is delicious. I've
love
had shrimp
grits.
and grits.
Grits are delicious.
Yeah.
They're so plain, but they're so good. Not plain, but like, you know what I mean? It's like, who would think to eat that? But man.
Right. So do you do the sweet grits or the salty grits?
No, dude, no. What? Don't even ask me that.
I gotta ask.
No, you don't, dude. If you do sweet grits, you're a weirdo. I apologize. You like sweet grits? Please tell me you like sweet grits. Come on, dude.
I've done both. I like them both, but I put syrup on my grits.
That's a Bud Light answer if I ever heard one.
Oh, jeez. This is why this show works so well. This just
this guy said you like sweet grits, dude. End the show.
End the show. Exactly. Katie says she prefers her land animals.
Yeah, she's not a fan of seafood. She did try mahi when we went to Florida. She enjoyed that. So it's kind of good.
Mahi's good.
Mahi is super good, especially when it's seasoned perfectly. Where the fuck are y'all from? Louder, baby.
Shark and frog legs. No.
You ever had frog legs?
No, I don't want frog legs, man. Those fucking disgusting animals.
I think I tried frog legs, and if I'm not mistaken, they're pretty good. Or it was alligator. Either way, delicious.
I might try gator because I hate gators and they can eat me, so I want to eat them back. Like sharks, I will eat them
you
back.
said a lot of pause-worthy shit this episode. I'm just saying. You can build a compilation of how much shit you said. But you don't play that shit.
But frogs are disgusting creatures, and I never want to eat a frog. Sorry, man. I'm sure they're good. Look, I'm not knocking that they taste good. I don't want to eat them. The deep south. Salty grits, everybody. Somebody
locked this man up immediately. Oh God.
Gator and deer. Oh my God. What have I done? I've turned everyone against me.
I knew by the way you laughed, you said you were gonna say you like sweet grits. I've done them both. Oh man. I don't understand it. Oh, well, I'm different though. I don't like sweet and salty. Yeah, I'd rather not. Y'all nasty.
Why don't you? Since I'm the sweet grits guy, why don't you end the show for us tonight?
Hey, it's been another episode of the Big Llama Show. Check out episode 7, Vampire Diaries. Tap in. That's some of the best content me and this guy put together. Check out the channel membership. There's only one tier, so if you're broke, just say that. Okay. Big Llama Show, 10 p.m. Eastern every Sunday. Llama ADC.